back to your seats, and we'll be introduced to the project. I don't know what else to call it, because I don't know what it's going to be like.
Are you looking for the change? Look around for the voices of change. Are you the leaders who refuse to accept the status quo, who see the problems in the world and work tirelessly to solve them? Are you the ones who believe that music education is a crucial change that can transform lives and build a better future? We are. The CDM 30 Under 30 is a group of young musicians who are the leaders of our story, determined to use their love of music to effect crucial change in their communities. We know that music education is a key to unlocking the potential of young people, and we are leading the charge to make it accessible to all. As the lights comes up, we find ourselves in a world that is deeply divided, a world where the promise of progress seems to have been broken. Yet, there are those who still believe in the power of change, who refuse to give up on the idea that a better world is possible. They are the ones who will drive the action of our story, and they struggle to overcome the obstacles in their path and create the change they want to see. Our story follows a group of passionate individuals who are leading the change and the charge for this change. Our characters come from different backgrounds and hold different beliefs, but we are all united by the shared desired change to make a difference. The stage is set for a journey of hope, courage, and transformation. Will our characters succeed in creating the change they want to see? Let the voices of change guide you towards a new vision for our future. The first act introduces two characters who are grappling with their respective roles in leading their communities towards a better future through a conversation that unfolds over the course of the act. You are invited to reflect on what have you changed. As tensions rise and perspectives clash, the first act sets the stage for a gripping exploration of the existing music industry and the changes we strive for a better world.
Hey, Xiangning.
Oh my gosh, hi!
Wow, it has been a long time since I last seen you.
Yeah.
How have you been?
How is it possible? We're in the same building, but I saw you like, what, last semester?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
I have just ended a day of teaching and meetings, and I'm here to get a breather.
Wow, me too. You know, let me show you this. You see, all the emails that I got from all my students, 15 emails just came in. You know, just now, like 5 minutes ago, I was just browsed through it. And then I was like, wow, there's so many things that I need to think about, you know, because they have been trying to tell me a lot of their concerns. They've been trying to tell me, like, the problems that they are facing, you know. That's why I'm here. It's like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do, you know, as a faculty? And then now I met you. Now, let me share with you something. This is very cool. Look at this one. You know, a student is trying to find a way to connect his music to the Southeast Asia context.
Whoa.
I'm like, isn't that we are supposed to find our unique identity when it comes to the music itself? You know, we have been trying to, I believe, you know, we have been doing that for many, many years, and we are still trying to find. So I guess it's like, is it because there's not much exposure for the students? Is it that there's not much opportunity for the students to connect themselves to the community so that their music can be heard, as well as, well, maybe they can find the true identity, you know, through this kind of process, you know? So I don't know, you know, it gave me that kind of thinking, you know, what should we do as a faculty? And again, look at this second one. This is very interesting. You know, they're saying about like the current curriculum relevancies, you know, to all these kind of current issues. You know, maybe it's something that we have to think about, because there are so many voices right now from the young generation of students, you know, like talking about like set the relevancy, to the current issue, and provide a variety of possibility for them to choose their path. Then that makes me think about, sometimes music students, they might not all of them want to become a music performer. They might be not everybody want to become a music educator. Is there a possibility for them to choose their own path? They can still attend all the compulsory courses, but maybe at the end of the day, they are responsible for their own career path. Maybe that kind of flexibility can happen in our curriculum. I don't know. That's the third one. Okay, this is another interesting one. Talking about the community, talking about how we can build a strong community. I believe this, I quite agree with this one, because I believe that relationship with the community is important. We might not have enough funding, because funding is a worldwide issue. But guess what? We have a community, I believe the power of people is really something that is beyond our imagination. Yeah. And then talking back, to the flexible curriculum that I just mentioned to you, I believe, we all share the same responsibility, to shape the future, especially, I mean, regardless where we are right now in our institution, we all share the same responsibility. I often think about this one. If we take away our musical instruments playing skills, is there anything else that we can offer to our table? I was once told, Terence, don't be a multi-instrumentalist. You won't get, you won't survive in every instrument. But if you look at today's trend, everybody admire a lot of multi-instrumentalists. For example, Jacob Collier. Everybody's so wow about his talent. How can we use this kind of mentality, and reflect that to our curriculum? So who are there if we take away, what can they do if we take away the music playing skills? That basically makes me think a lot. Yeah.
I think so much of what you say is so relevant, and I couldn't help just nodding because these are conversations that I've been hearing so much. There's so much hopes and frustrations, and everybody seems to be thinking about the same things.
Yes,
but
exactly.
how are we going about making a change, and are we going far enough with the change? Maybe.
Are we there enough to go that far? You see.
Yeah. And do we ourselves, maybe as the faculty, are we living out the change?
Yes.
In our own artistic practices.
Yeah.
Right, and I can't agree more with what you said about Southeast Asian relevancy coming really to the forefront of our students' minds.
Right.
And are we teaching them that within the curriculum, or are we beyond the curriculum giving them the exposure? And when I think about our curriculum, right, what you talked about, is our curriculum one that exposes them to possibilities instead of one that prescribes?
Yeah.
I don't have the answer for that, but I can't help but feel that it's more towards the first. Right? The possibilities that they might not all need to graduate with the same level of technical proficiency, the same, sense of innovation or entrepreneurship. They don't need to be all on the same page. But at least they have the exposure to possibilities to make a choice for themselves, maybe. And it's okay, maybe, if they want to still leave and pursue an orchestra, they want to just be an orchestra musician, right? But at least we've done our responsibility, we've done our part in exposing them to that.
Yes.
And I think what you say about community is so timely too. We've all experienced the power of communities through COVID, right? But now that we are reconnecting with the community, how can we do so meaningfully?
So what about you? Like, what have you been facing? You are taking a breather, So what's happening?
I'm taking a breather because I just came from a consultation with the student committee with a very angry group of students. Not angry, but they have things to say.
Right.
And there's just so much call for multidisciplinary collaborations, for inclusivity, for diversity. One of them was saying that they're from the classical piano program, and they really want to reach out to other university departments to look for collaborations, opportunities for that, but their major study teacher just said no.
Wow.
And we have another student who is, she has a band outside of school, and she is the one, who's perhaps doing more than some of us on the faculty. She's out there in the performing arts centers, curating her shows, producing her shows, and somehow I kind of feel like she's outgrown our program.
Wow.
And so to students like this, I I just want us to make the change faster, sooner for them, for the next batch of them. And another one came in, saying that they were bright-eyed, hoping that in our conservatory, she would get exposure to other regional music practices. But she came to learn that within the curriculum, there's only 2 modules that offer that, and 2 modules that somehow, through her own initiative, she could find a way.
Right.
And I just can't help but feel like maybe we've disappointed some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is very, very important. And I believe, being good at something and being someone, that is totally 2 different things, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just heard that from a student not too long ago too, that she came in thinking that she wants to be good at something, but she realized that she really wants to leave having become someone. And that's changed my mind. That is a change that I've experienced recently, and that's something I've changed my mind about.
With the stage set for a gripping exploration of the existing music industry and the changes we strive for, the second act transports us into a world where young music leaders recognize the crucial role of music education in creating innovative individuals capable of leading our communities towards a better future. In this act, we witness the transformative power of music in shaping our identities and unleashing our creative potential. Through an exploration of the mind and body, the characters in this act embark on a journey of self-discovery, forging new paths towards a brighter tomorrow. The second act is a call to action for all those who understand the importance of leading with purpose and the role that music can play in effecting crucial change. As the story unfolds in the third act, the audience is drawn into a world where young music leaders are embracing change and investing in the development of future-ready musicians. The themes of artistic and cultural identity, as well as social relevance, take center stage, as the characters grapple with the importance of staying true to their roots while adapting to the evolving world around them. Through a series of introspective monologues, the audience is invited to join the characters on a journey of self-discovery and transformation as they explore what it means to be a truly impactful and innovative artist in the 21st century.
Who am I? What is my voice and my identity? What do I stand for? Myself? My university? My students? My family? Who am I? Am I ready for the future? Will I ever be ready? Am I helping my students enough to prepare them for the future? But if I myself am not ready, how can I lead them to change? How can I balance my health and my work? Is it all worth it? To see the sparkle in my students' eyes, to see the bright future, is it worth it? To connect with my community, to see what is relevant. Who am I? What do I stand for? Can I challenge myself? Can I be ready for this change? Will I ever be ready? Can I make this change?
And will I be ready for when I'm about to graduate? Ready for the changes that will come and the changes that will always come? Who am I and what kind of artist do I want to be? In a school where there's not anyone else who plays the same instrument as me, then what is my purpose? How do I create a unique artistic identity? Is there even a job for someone like me? Or do I have to create my own? And even before graduating, what should I be studying? What do I want to learn? And what should I be paving for myself? These are all questions that I ask myself every day. And even at home, will this make my parents happy? Is this what they wanted me to study? What they envisioned for my future? And my friends tell me, be careful or you might burn out soon. Musicians have no future. How are you going to support yourself? How are you going to buy a house in Singapore? How are you going to buy this? How are you going to buy that? Does performing really pay the bills? I don't know. But I do know that I want to pursue what I love. So how do we cope with this change to create the change that we want?
As I was lying down on the bed, preparing to sleep, setting the alarm at 6 a.m. for the next day's work week. As I lie down and thoughts rush through my mind, and me hoping those thoughts put me to sleep. On the other spectrum, as I was trying to sleep, thoughts about, am I making an impact in my society? Am I purposeful? With always having people at heart, am I going to disappoint them? And my thought reverts gear to the third gear, and I start thinking about what is my identity. I started out as an Indian classical musician, and even within that realm, I remember moments when I was seated on the stage being ridiculed, being not included as part of the community, being told by leaders that I will never have a future as a musician. And my gears change again, and I start thinking about how would I ever have time to practice, or am I practicing rightly? I need to do jazz studies, and then I need to also practice my varanams. I need to revise too many materials. Where am I heading? Is my practice really helping me? Is it really relevant to where I want to head? And then my thought changes again, and I revert to the accounts that I need to finish for one of my projects that I'm heading. And I had to do the audit, the pitching, the composing, the music directing, the liaising. Everything under the sun of the project has to be done by me because there's no budget for the program. And then I wake up, not able to sleep. So I try again this time round, closing my eyes intentfully, switching on my Spotify sleep playlist. But to no avail, it didn't help me at all, because it just propagated me thinking, how do I release my next track on Spotify? What is my next album release? How am I going to start curating artists? Where am I going to find the money to pay my sessionists? How am I going to put this together? Where am I going to send my tracks for mix and master? And thoughts just keep running. And I hope that I can stop. And it never stopped till the alarm rang. I woke up. And feeling desperate because this is not the only time this has happened. It has been happening every other night. Sleepless nights, thinking about how I'm going to create something out of nothing, or rather innovate with heart, keeping people together. And always there's this saying, when at the last moments of my life, will ever these people that I've worked with, who have spent time creating music, will they be there? As I subtly close my eyes and insisting that this is what I'm born to do. And this is the change that I will do.
I see the change.
I can make a change.
And I am the change. And together,
The change starts now.
Moving into the final act, the story reaches its climax as the characters put their newfound knowledge and skills into action. You'll be taken on a journey through the creation of different opportunities witnessing the characters' growth and evolution as artists and leaders. They are reminded that music has a power to bring people together, bridge cultural divides, and effect real change in the world. The characters' journeys serve as a testament to the transformative power of music and the potential for artists to lead the way in creating a better, a more equitable future for all.
Don't you feel so stressed nowadays? With the rate everything is changing, at the pace everything is going? It seems like I just can't even have time to catch my breath anymore.
No, I couldn't agree more. I've been doing this classical repertoire, practicing for exams, recital, but looking at how technology changes, how the society moves, it's so fast. Will I still be relevant?
Wait, so you're a musician? My father's a musician as well. I've listened to his ramblings about how he had to do like music theory, music history, all that stuff they teach you in music conservatory. I wouldn't know. I've only heard about it.
That's exactly what I've been doing right now. Does that mean that nothing hasn't changed since then?
Wait, so you're saying it hasn't changed at all? Okay, so I may be presumptuous, but that means that it's not really going to effectively prepare you as a future leader of the music world, is it?
Yes, and as I see it, there's so much more that we can do. We just have to look at it, utilize it, connect to other disciplines, solve problems, bring our discipline to the people, bring them other possibilities that they may demand for our value. I mean, there has to be something. Someone has to do something.
I mean, yeah, you've got these wonderful ideas. I mean, the real question is, how far will you take that idea and make it work? How far will you take it? It's time to be the change and lead the change.
We come to realize that the change we seek is not just about music education, but about the very fabric of society itself. We discover that to create the change we want to see, we must first change ourselves and our way of thinking. It has been a story of social transformation, a reminder that the change we seek must start within ourselves and our attitudes. We have reminded ourselves that we are all capable of making a difference, of using our talents and passions to create a better world for ourselves and for the future generations. As we close the story, we are left with a sense of hope and inspiration. The journey of our characters has shown us that the change is now, the change is you, and the change is on our hands. The voices of change are calling. Will you answer this question? them coming.
It works, eh?
Alright. Thanks for all your inputs, and I would like to end with a quote. It's for you. As we step out of this theater, let us carry with us the lessons of our story. Let us remember the importance of leading with purpose, of embracing change, and of investing in the development of future-ready musicians. Let us heed the call for change and take responsibility for our roles in creating a better world. Listen to the voices of change. On behalf of the CDM 30 Under 30, I would like to say a big thank you for CDM for providing this platform to bring us together to present our voices. Thanks to our facilitators, Anotai, Huiling, and Gabriel, who have guided us along since 2020 during the pandemic and pushed us beyond our boundaries. Like today's session wasn't meant to be a production. And we had to produce this within 2 discussion sessions. Finally, thanks to the leaders who are here and those who are not here for sharing the stage with me and every single one of you here. Thank you.